Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now come to details. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính shared an online government locality coverage for September 2025 this morning to review the country's socio-economic performance and set key tasks for the remaining months of the year. Attending the conference at the TayNinhTV provincial site, there were Deputy Secretary of the Broso Party Committee, Chairman of the Broso People Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Nhị Úc, and leaders of provincial department and agency.
According to the government's assessment, the national socio-economic situation continued to show positive signs of recovery and growth, each month better than the previous one and each quarter stronger than the last. Overall, the first 9 months of 2025 have recorded better performance than the same period in 2024. Cultural and social development has been strengthened, social welfare ensured, people's living standards improved, and political and social stability maintained, alongside strengthened national defense and security. During the meeting, central ministry and localities discussed and identified key tasks and solutions for the fourth quarter, particularly measures to promote economic growth, while maintaining macroeconomic stability, controlling inflation, and ensuring the economy's major balances. Acknowledging the achievements in socio-economic development, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested ministry, sectors, and localities to continue implementing serious and effective solutions to foster growth, stabilize the macroeconomy, and curb inflation. He called for special emulation rights to successfully accomplish the 2025 goals under the motto, actively strengthen, strive for success, stay close to the people, work diligently, reactively, and effectively toward higher goals. The Prime Minister also emphasized the need to accelerate public investment disbursement, remove barriers to production and business, and create livelihoods for the people to achieve an economic growth rate above 8%. In addition, he urged the effective implementation of resolutions on science and technology development, innovation, and digital transformation across all sectors towards fast and sustainable national development in association with the effective operation of the two-level local government model, creating the most favorable conditions for people and enterprises.
The Ministry of Science and Technology has officially announced the 2025 Local Innovation Index. According to the result, TayNinhTV province scored 45.71 points, ranking 11 nationwide. The Local Innovation Index is an important tool to measure and compare innovation capacity among province and city, thereby guiding policy direction and promoting socio-economic development based on knowledge and technology. Leading this year ranking at Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Quảng Ninh, Hải Phòng, and Thừa Thiên Huế, the locality with the highest performance in science, technology, and innovation. TayNinh's inclusion in the top 15 province and city nationwide demonstrates this strong efforts in recent years to promote startup innovation, high-tech agricultural production, administrative reform, and digital government development.
June surface safety at collective kitchens during the 2025 Rain Festival of Holy Banquets for Rich Mother and the Night Goddesses. Provincial authorities have strengthened inspection and supervision of food sources before, during, and after processing. On afternoon 4 and 5, the food safety inspection team led by Long Hoa Warehouse Station, in coordination with the World Police, conducted inspections at local eateries around the Holy See inner area, as well as collective kitchens at vegetarian kitchens of TayNinhTV Holy See, Trí Giác, and Trí Huệ Palace under Cao Đài TayNinhTV Holy See. Inspection results show that most collective kitchens comply with legal regulations on food preparation, processing, and storage. Food ingredients were clearly sourced, and kitchen staff strictly follow food safety requirements.
The Injitri Festival of Cao Đài is one of the most significant annual religious events of the Cao Đài religion, held on the 15th day of the A lunar. On this occasion, tens of thousands of followers and visitors from across the country gathered at the Cao Đài Holy See in TayNinhTV to celebrate the grand festival.
According to tradition, the main ceremonies of the holy banquets for Rich Mother and the Night Goddesses Authorization takes place on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month. However, long before that date, pilgrims and visitors from various provinces and cities have already been arriving in TayNinh to prepare for the celebration. To meet the increasing accommodation demands, hotels and guest houses around the holiday area have been well repaired and stand ready to serve guests. We have made thorough reparations early on. Rooms and hotel spaces are kept clean and airy so that guests will feel comfortable and relaxed. Currently, rooms for the 14 and 15 are almost fully booked. Not only accommodation facilities, but also restaurants and food service establishments, especially vegetarian restaurants during this occasion, have been carefully repairing. For this year's festival, in addition to local residents, many people from other provinces will come to TayNinh as food login with prepared delicious vegetarian dishes, and on the 14th and 15th, we'll offer a vegetarian buffet with more than 60 dishes for everyone to enjoy. The festival is not only a major religious event, but also an opportunity for visitors and pilgrims to experience and enjoy TayNinh's famous local specialties. We have prepared a full range of shrimp salt, chili salt, and rice paper products. We also offer outcrop certified products from TayNinh. All our prices are clearly listed, and we're ready to welcome visitors during the festival. This year, the Festival of Catholicism is expected to attract around 1,100 visitors and cultural followers. Beyond being a religious occasion, the festival also serves as a chance to promote TayNinh's unique cultural identity to friends near and far. With careful and thoughtful preparation, TayNinh tourism promises to leave a lasting impression in the hearts of visitors. A working delegation from the Department of Agriculture and Environment of TayNinh Province recently conducted a field survey and working session in Vĩnh Châu Camille on the development of infrastructure projects serving the implementation of the project, developing 1 million hectares of high-quality, low-emission rice linked to rainfall in the Mekong Delta region by 2030. For the 2025-2030 period, Vĩnh Châu Camille has registered to participate in the project with a total area of approximately 8,600 hectares, engaging more than 1,900 local households. The commune has proposed 7 key infrastructure projects, including correcting the southern deck of canal number 79, closing the deck system in Cayam Hamlet and Lang Seng Hamlet, building slow system along canal 27/7 and Ngang Ro Canal, and reaching and operating the T1 canal deck. Once completed and put into operation, these works will help prevent flooding, ensure irrigation and drainage, improve transportation and farming conditions, and contribute to achieving the overall goals of the project. After the field survey, the working delegation emphasized that Vĩnh Châu Camille must pay special attention to the purpose and significance of each project, ensuring synchronized investment and avoiding fragmented implementation that could affect the quality and effectiveness of the works.
Tax Office number 9 of TayNinh Province recently organized a conference to introduce new tax policy and hold the dialogue with taxpayers for the third quarter of 2025, as well as to implement new regulation on the management of invoice and procurement for businesses, organizations, and individual taxpayers operating in the commune and work under its jurisdiction. At the conference, Tax Office number 9 informed enterprise, organization, and individual taxpayers about several new contents of the Politburo Resolution number CDA on private economic development and Circular number 88 of the Ministry of Finance, guiding the preparation of accounting documents and bookkeeping for business households and individual traders. The office also disseminated and guided important regulations, including mandatory application of e-invoice generated from cash register starting from June 1, 2025, in accordance with Government Decree number 70, as well as penalties for taxpayers subject to implementation who fail to apply the system. On this occasion, Tax Office Number 9 of the province also cooperated with several e-invoice service providers to introduce technological solutions supporting taxpayers in using e-invoice generated from cash registers. One of the most distinctive cultural highlights of the TayNinhTV Festival of Tourism is the exhibition of fruit and flower offering. From ordinary fruits and flowers, under the skillful and creative hands of artisans, these offerings are transformed into true works of art. At this time, the offering display brought up Paris participating in the TayNinhTV Festival of Tourism have been nearly completed, attracting a large number of followers and visitors to admire them. Using simple materials such as fresh flower and fruits, artisans have created vibrant, lively artworks featuring stars images such as dragon, unicorns, turtle, phoenix, the night goddesses, and the Holy Mother. Each artwork usually takes from 2 to 3 days to complete, while more sophisticated pieces, especially those with moving parts, may take over a week to finish. Its offering display at the TayNinhTV Festival of Tourism is a meaningful work of art, not only expressing religious devotion, but also conveying deep moral and spiritual values.
Tỉnh Trà Vinh thì gồm có cái đặc sản trái quýt, đặc sản của Trà Vinh.
In Trà Vinh, we use our local specialty, kumquat, to create the four-star animals. It has been a long-standing tradition and holds deep spiritual meaning. Every year, when we present this offering, we pray for peace, happiness, and prosperity for our people and our country.
Được an lạc thái bình, đó, được gia đình được ấm no và hạnh phúc.
To make its display eye-catching, unique, and ever more creative each year, artisans pay close attention to material selection while continuously renewing theme, arrangement, and construction techniques to bring out deeper spiritual meaning. Our parents created a model of the Bounty Temple this year, with 2 phoenix at the gate and the temple inside. The phoenix symbolize the Holy Mother, a tribute to her grace and blessing for humankind. With careful preparation, thoughtful creativity, and meticulous craftsmanship from theme to execution, the fruit and flower offering booths at the 2025 TayNinhTV Festival of Tourism promise to be one of the most unique highlights, continuing to draw large crowds of followers and visitors to admire and celebrate the beauty of this rare occasion.
According to the Ninh Provincial Bank for Social Policies, total loan disbursement in the first 9 months of 2025 reached 3,350 billion Vietnam dong, benefiting nearly 62,000 poor, near-poor, and policy households through preferential rate access. The policy rate network has been implemented comprehensively, covering 96 commercial words across the province. The effectiveness of policy rate is clearly reflected through specific indicators. More than 23,000 laborers have secured employment thanks to job creation loans. Nearly 2,300 students from poor, near-poor, and disadvantaged families have received educational loans, and nearly 60,000 rural clean water and environmental sanitation projects have been funded. In particular, the preferential capital sources have enabled tens of thousands of households to invest in production and business, reducing the risk of falling back into poverty. By managing and operating policy rates with a focus on both role and rate quality control, TayNinh's policy rate programs continue to serve as a vital leverage tool, helping stabilize livelihoods and driving local socio-economic development.
On the morning of October 5th, Mr. Nguyễn Tiến Tường, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Philanthropic Committee of the province, together with the working delegation, visited and extended greeting on the Sendonta Festival of the Khmer community. and the Saun Kamun Festival of the Tamun people in 2025. The delegation visited and presented gifts to communities, exemplary individuals, reputable persons, poor and near-poor households in several localities with large populations of Khmer and Tamun people. At the destinations, Mr. Nguyễn Tiến Tông, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Phan Rong Committee of Tây Ninh Province, kindly inquired about their lives and offered gifts, wishing that any minority, village elder, monks, and reputable person would continue to promote the movement on people unite to build a cultural life, strengthen the national solidarity, and join hands in building a more civilized and prosperous Tây Ninh homeland. Ladies and gentlemen, ahead of the first party congress of Tây Ninh Province for the 2025-2030 term, local youth and union members have shared their heart life, aspiration, and expectation. They hope the congress will introduce practical policy that create favorable conditions for young people to contribute their intelligence, energy, and enthusiasm to the private and suitable development of Tây Ninh.
Tâm tư lớn lao của tuổi trẻ đó chính là khởi nghiệp.
The greater aspiration of young people is to start their own businesses and become successful right here on the homeland. We hope that the Board of Party Committee will continue to introduce a breakthrough policy on capital access, land use, and energy transfer. More importantly, we hope for a legal environment that's open, supportive, and stable so that young entrepreneurs can lead their project fly high and far. We strongly believe that with the attention of the party and the burning passion of youth, many successful and sustainable projects will be born, contributing to the long-term development.
Sẽ tạo ra được những cái dự án thành công, vững chắc, vững bền.
I believe the first party congress of Tây Ninh Province for the 2025-2030 term will make an important milestone, adopting breakthrough policy to develop our province in a modern and civilized direction. At the same time, by ensuring social welfare and improving people's living standards, Tây Ninh will become a dynamic, intelligent, and prosperous province. I expect the congress to focus more on creating opportunity for young people to unleash their intellect and creativity in contributing to the nation's development. I also hope there will be concrete, practical solutions to promote the digital economy, digital transformation, and improve training quality to build a highly skilled workforce for the future. As a young person of Tây Ninh, I hope the congress will continue paying attention to vocational training, job creation, and startup support for youth. At the same time, I wish for more cultural and sports spaces to be built, creating a civilized environment for young people to develop comprehensively in mind, body, and spirit. I hope there will be more supportive policy for youth union members, especially regarding family economies, so that we can stabilize our lives and feel secure in our work. I also wish for the congress to be a great success. The thought and aspirations set by the young generation ahead of the first Royal Party Congress reflect their trust and high expectations in the success of the event. These hopes are also a source of motivation for the youth to continue promoting their pioneering and creative spirit, joining hands with the party, authority, and people to build a prosperous, civilized, and compassionate homeland. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.